Hey everybody. All right. I don't even know if I'm going to post this. Like I've tried to talk about a couple different things, and as usual, it's just like seems so difficult to live sometimes. It's like it's so difficult to live sometimes. And it seems like it is so easy for other people to just enter this state that is like imperative for a successful life. It's really frustrating because I feel like I have so much to give, so much I want to give. And, that's why I'm just like pushing through with these videos. Because I'm like, if I keep pushing, I know not doing something is the worst thing to do. And like from my experience, at least, like moments of true stagnation, when I've kind of like wallowed and just like acquiesced to what is, it's been like the worst. So I keep pushing through, but it's just really frustrating because it just feels so uphill. you know it's really hard to be a creator, and maybe that's the point of life. It's not supposed to be easy, it's supposed to be a challenge. But it's really hard to be, I guess, a creative, not even a creator, but just a creative person. Because I think if you're going to have any type of like a unique perspective, or like an artistic eye, or have something that you want to put out into the world, it takes a really like strong personality, in the sense that it seems like you have to have a lot of self-love, or you have to be like a raging narcissist. And I was always envious of sociopaths and narcissists. And honestly, I'm kind of envious of fucking straight up psychopaths, but they don't seem to have, maybe the best lives. And I wouldn't want to have a life where I like hurt people with like abandon. But narcissists and sociopaths, I'm so jealous of their lives sometimes, because it would just be such a load off to not have to, you know, give a damn so much and be stuck in your head. And, I've heard like narcissists are actually um, really insecure people. And I'm sure they are, because everybody is like insecure. That's what I was talking about imposter syndrome the other day. It's like, I feel like at heart, everybody's kind of like, is that really good? Maybe deep down. But if you can like present naturally, and it's your natural state of being, to just kind of like have those delusions of grandeur and just kind of go through the world with that confidence that you can project, that would be just lovely. That sounds like a really good time. But so as it turns out, that's something else. They're like, oh, what would you tell your younger self? They say that in therapy. That's kind of like a question to ponder sometimes, that I've heard a lot. What would you tell your child self? And I would tell my child self, fun fact, as it turns out, you are going to have like a calling and a purpose and something to offer. And so that is why you can't just like maybe be confident or comfortable settling for everything else, because it doesn't feel right. And all of life, people are going to tell you to settle and to like go against like your gut. People are everyone, with really out exception, friends, family, and the zeitgeist at large, are going to tell you to go against what you know to be true, to just settle for the comfort of stability, and like the getting to the middle class. Realistically, the creature comforts of the middle class, that's what you're supposed to settle for. And really, like, man, the middle class is struggling, so it's kind of like small potatoes, but still, it's a comfort there. And side note, like my mom is still really like confused as to why I won't just give her peace of mind, because she says every time we talk, I'm just so afraid I'm going to die. This is what my mother tells me. I'm so afraid I'm going to die and you're not going to be able to take care of yourself. And before you know it, you're going to blink and be close to 80. And what are you going to do if you can't like take care of yourself and your daughters? I'm like, well, Mama, I really don't anticipate, going through the next almost 40 years, the second half of my life, just being in this position. Things take time, and I've told her this before. Like, look at all the people that we know, our own family included, some members of them, who have done that, who have like, gotten a job that like has dental insurance and, like vacation time, and they are absolutely miserable. One of my good friends I was talking about the other day, we just don't have a lot in common anymore. He's really gone that path. And on one hand, he has the stability of a house with a picket fence and a home, with like spare bedrooms and disposable income to spend as he sees fit on, fun things every so many months. But he is incredibly, incredibly unhappy. And isn't that the point? Not stability, not even financial stability, and for goddamn sure not someone else's stability. But, what is the point if at the end of the day you are not going to be happy in your decisions? And they say that is one of the biggest things, like people say on their deathbed, oh, I wish I would have done that. It's just like a life of regrets. And the regrets are often like, why didn't I do what I wanted to do? And so, like, I'm going through life. I tell this to my mom. I would tell this to my younger self. I'm going through life the only way I can see fit, which is like doing what I want to do. I keep pushing myself and trying, making these videos. This is like, it's a big push, and just hoping that one of these days something is going to click and I'm going to like find that groove. And honestly, if I look back, because I know, well, let me finish that. If I look back and, even if like whatever doesn't happen, at least I will have known that. For me to know, damn, it never worked out, at least I will have known that I've tried. And that's more than a lot of people can say. And so I'm not going to die. I refuse to fucking die with regrets. But, damn, what was I going to say? I kind of lost my, what I wanted to go back to. I don't know. Like, that's all we can do is just like, keep hoping. That's all I can do is just like keep hoping that like it will work if I keep pushing. That's what I was going to say. When the first half of like, my life up until age 21, I went as far as I could going down this path that everyone says I'm crazy for not immediately trying to jump back into, which is like the normal path, right? I went as far as I could senior year of college, trying to be like, okay, well, let me just keep doing this, keep pushing, keep going for that like so-called stability. And and then I found myself a senior, and whatever I am looking for then, like to present, like there was like just such a restlessness in my soul. I was like, this is not fucking working. I'm here, I have to decide and pick a path, and it's not working. And what is the point of having stability and like taking vacations if you're going to be unhappy? We're all like the pursuit of happiness. And that's one thing I do think that like America, compared to like other countries, like other countries that have real problems, not first world problems. That's one thing about the United States. I mean, I don't know if we're like obviously alone, but it is amazing that I at least am living in a country where I can like pursue happiness. But you know, it's if you're going to live like this artistic life, or a life where you are going to have to like expel your soul's creation come hell or high water, it takes a lot of tenacity and a lot of perseverance. And I have that. Like I am, tenacious, but it also takes a strong sense of self. That's why I'm almost like triggered by addicts that are in like the 27 Club, or, celebrities that have died, because it's like, man, you were that miserable and that unhappy, but it's like, fucking at least you have reached this pinnacle that very few people will, ever reach, and so I wonder if at any point in their, before they die, if Kurt Cobain, for example, ever said to himself, well, damn, at least I made it, at least my music lives on. I wonder if he had that peace of mind, you know and look at that, he fucking pursued his dream, and he was fucking miserable. Misery is like, it's inescapable. Um, so with that said, the very, very fucking least we can do is not settle, right? Not try to settle, keep going, keep creating, and try to keep like a perspective of love, self-compassion, you know. I don't know. I don't even know if I'll post this, but y'all take it easy.